Hi, YouTube. We might get interrupted a little bit, or my pump might turn on, but I hope you're all doing well today. I'm having a pretty good day. So much for global warming. It was like probably 58 degrees last night, and this time of year, typically we can be even 100 degrees all night long. Um, and tomorrow morning is supposed to be about 50 degrees. Then we're supposed to go into like a warm spell coming up here. But that's typical. And Doug said, well, he hadn't seen anything like this either where it was raining and got cold the other day. I said, well, I have, you know, especially northern Minnesota. We'll have like roasting hot and it just feels like it's about to snow, you know. I think a lot of people around here, if they have kids they want to take to the beaches and stuff or the pools and whatnot, they've been probably having a really hard time with their kids when they get out of the water. Freezing, you know. So which isn't normal at all. Usually, even the water will be about a lot of times in some of the smaller lakes, like 70, 80 degrees, but I wonder if it's even that, nowadays. So it's not what they're saying. I think a lot of us know that. Did you hear what Jill Biden's writers wrote for her? To say to the Hispanic Americans that they were as unique as breakfast tacos. I feel rather like a Skittle today. How about you? Or how about muffins? I told Doug, you're about as unique as sauerkraut. That's terrible. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on with the ethnic jokes there. Wow, this woman. Her speech writers have to hate her. That's just actually what it is to try and take our attention off of her husband being over in Saudi Arabia. And I did spell it wrong when I made the correction. I had said Syria and then corrected it. And then I had said something, one other thing. I was so tired. But I think I had said Switzerland and it was supposed to be Denmark or something like that. Another whatever I was talking about. But it was to a link that I had shared with the information, so the accurate information was there with that link that I had shared with Tucker Carlson. So yeah, he had it all in there and even talked about where he got his information. So it's verified. So anyway, yeah, they're just trying to, I mean, let's put it this way, that sheik over in Saudi Arabia chops his own people's heads off, and Biden's over there um, buying oil when he could just let the people, and it's going to cause more pollution even to ship it here when we could have South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Texas. Um, I do believe is the biggest oil reserves. I mean, underground, but it's all over the place. We're never gonna run out. It is such a scam on the people. That's the crying shame. This dude should be imprisoned. This is a crime. He took our federal reserves, our oil reserves, rather, and the Federal Reserves, yeah, but took our reserves and sold them. Started selling them in April, and I don't even know if it stopped giving our oil the best on the planet that takes the least um, amount of work and fuel to refine it because it's the cleanest that they saved and sold it. And I don't know where the money went. I don't know that anybody does. So, anyway. And just the proof that he did know about his son's dealings in China. He just flat out lied and was busted. I am so sick of these tyrants lying, stealing, thieving. I hate liars. I flip and hate them with a passion. When somebody says they're going to do something and they don't, or they do something that's just, or say something that's just flat out bullshit, what can you believe in that person? Nothing. You know, that's what we're being led by, a bunch of lying, thieving. And the thing is, that's the way they want it to be acceptable in society, to look at everybody's faults and flaws and say, oh, well, I have my own um, things about me, so I can't really judge you. Oh, no, yeah, we're paying you. I'm going to judge you, you know. So if anybody thinks like that, oh, well, they're probably really good people. It's just that, oh, shut the hell up. You know, good people don't lie and steal, you know? I'm not saying that I never have either one of those two because I've done both, but I didn't make it a habit. I learned my lesson, you know? You do something stupid, you straighten your act up, you grow up. Well, these people they don't care to grow up. They don't want to get old, but they surely don't want to develop their spirituality with the one true God, you know? So, yeah, it's pretty sickening. Breakfast talk was I was just about roaring with laughter when I heard that. I thought, no way did she just say that. I'm like, what? Oh, I told Doug we have a friend, his name's Francis, but everybody calls him Pancho. I'm like, oh, good God. You're going to have to tell Pancho he's as unique as the breakfast taco. You know, Jesus. That's bad. You know, really bad. Like I say, oh, and then I wrote where I heard it, I'm like, yeah, it's shameful. It's evil. It's cold. It's rude. We're all just skittles to this Mrs. Thing, you know. So yeah, boy, they really think they're something, don't they? All that and a bag of chips. Oh shit. Yeah, I want to know why my statesmen haven't gotten back to me on wards of the state um, not being adopted out of our country. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Children that are sold to people and taken out of my country. Children that are in foster homes that don't have the follow up care that they should have. Yeah, I want some flippin' answers. And it's week 3 of yesterday, as of yesterday. So that's pretty rude. So yeah, I'm not backing any government at this point as far as I'm concerned because they're making it so people can't even live and produce a healthy life with any type of extras in life. They don't care if you have the luxury to go take your spouse or friend or go with anybody to like a movie or a show or a concert. They could care less. They don't care. If you ever get to be able to get in your car and drive to a park and go for a walk or whatever, you know, or even be able to buy some ice cream and have a treat. That they're making it so you can't even eat, you know. So I'm not going to sit here and patronize any of these freaks around the world at all. So, yeah, telemarketer. But yeah, so I'm not sure quite what the people are going to do about it, but it looks like around the world, uh, for the majority of the people, are pretty well aware of what's going on. I don't think there's anybody in their right mind that doesn't realize that. Well, there's some that are going on. Well, what do? You still got to work and feed yourself and whatever. But there's a lot of people that are going on with like business as usual. And it isn't business as usual. Things are really in dire straits for our country. And they are trying to make us look the other way on these human trafficking and destroying our economy. The the I mean, if he buys oil over there, which is his every intent, and I can only hope that this sheik over there says no. I hope he will tell Biden that he cannot produce more oil, that for the United States, that it is going to, he'll sell it to Europe and China. Then if Biden isn't forced to put our people back to work here and open our economy back up so our goods and everything else can, the prices can be lowered. And once again, keep this in mind, I am not speaking for myself. I'm okay. I'm always okay. So I know that might be hard to believe for people, but I earned that before my soul even got here. So in that respect, and people hate me for that too. That's I'm used to it. You know, I'm not all that in a bag of chips. I am your servant. I am helping you. I am trying to be your friend. I am trying to bring you some sort of comfort. Um, so if you're like a young lady kind of approached me with a little bit of, I would call it uppity bullshit. Um, I still love you and I still care about you. Just watch yourself because these are very trying times for people. And I'm not trying, I'm doing. I'm making things work like you wouldn't believe. There's a lot of things that have not happened in the world because people have put their minds together and put a stop to that type of thing. And that's what we're all trying to do right now, is end the hell for everybody else and ourselves. But like I said, in that respect, I'm okay like that. What's not okay is battling all the dark forces by myself all the time. Now, lately, I have noticed that people are really standing up, you know, and that's such a good thing to see. I mean, the hippies tried it back in the day, but they didn't have the respect of the people because of their antics, you know. If they could have left the drugs and the sexuality and even the music out of what put the thoughts in mind of the hippie generation, when a lot of them were just farmers that wanted to live off the land and be left alone, but they did get a bad name because of a handful of what it was made to look like, and that it really wasn't the beginning of what it was meant to be when they traveled from California to the farm in South Carolina. I could be wrong, but it was on the East Coast, and they bought land, had like a commune situation, and people, they built things, they made furniture, they traded things, they had crops, they had um, self generating electrical systems, and you name it. These people were genius with their canning and inventing, and it just, and the list goes on and on. The people that were involved in that project for the beginning of it, then there was some bad ones, and things sort of fell apart, and it only takes a handful to ruin. That's why I'm really leery of putting my myself in the hands of anybody else except for God. I don't listen to anybody. I really don't. Not to absorb it and take it in, like what they're going to say is going to affect who I'm hearing, So, yeah, that's really the truth. I mean, within reason, there's things I learn and I appreciate people, but I'm just saying on a everyday basis, if it come right down to it, I don't listen to people like that. Not for that reason. I'm not searching for God in man, you know. Just mankind with God. that's it right there. So, yeah. I'm just an older gal with a lot of wisdom because that was my passion for everybody, and value it or don't. I'm okay with it either way, you know. So I'll just do you on the same level, no problem, you know. So cheers, everybody. Happy middle of the week to you. Hope the rest of the week's better for all of us. So there's supposed to be a big strawberry buck moon tonight, full moon. And I heard buck moon. They call it buck moon for this is the time of year that little boy deers get their antlers, so start forming their antlers. And I saw a mommy and a baby buck down at the end of the road walking up my driveway, and I thought to grab my camera, but last time I did that, I had some dits say to me, "You could have got a trail cam, would have took a better shot." And I'm thinking, well, first off, I don't have a trail cam. Maybe you'd like to send me one. Our friend offered us to borrow his, but, and then I'm thinking, gee, it didn't occur to me when I wanted to catch that shot of that deer that I got, that I shouldn't even take the shot because I didn't have a trail cam. So this morning I thought, no, I'll just enjoy the beauty by myself, and then that Ditz can go without seeing that in for herself, so, or itself, whatever it was. So, but it was really, really beautiful, baby and mama, walking up the yard. So I do like my new stove. It's looks clean, nice and white. The black ones, they are a little harder, just like a black car. They're nice, but they're a little harder to take care of. You can really never get them clean. Even a white car is easier to detail, take care of it, depending where you live, I suppose, too. But no, they're always dusty. It's just you can never, just like when we go to car shows, if something was black, you can spend all day wiping the dust off it. is, you know, taking photos and whatever. So, yeah. And I've seen people standing around their black cars, just wipe them down, constantly. Excuse me a minute. So, but yeah. So it'll be really interesting what happens to the so-called president when he's over there. I really, like I say, hope they deny him, and I also hope that, well, two things. I hope they don't find him incompetent in any way until there's a new administration in there, because they're just trying to set up for the vice president to step in that place. And if that fails, then it would be Nancy Pelosi, and them two aren't any better than him anyway. Just keep the creepazoid there, and let's really use our minds on this Congress. Like, you have to live in this world, and if we see you out in this world, you're not going to have a nice day, you know. And that's the way I feel about my state local legislation. I see you somewhere. I'm saying something. I'm saying what's on my mind, and you're not going to like it, and I'm not going to care. And I won't shut up. I won't do anything where it will be illegal or, um, oh, well, there's this. This is funny. Just a minute. I'm going to light this, tell you something. I was telling Doug last night that I offered to give y'all a link to one of the places that you could say something to him if you wanted to. And he started laughing. So, just in case you're curious, how he would feel about me doing that, you know, because what I say is true. Whether you believe it or not, I'm not a liar. I am telling you the truth. This is somebody that has stalked me my entire existence, um, because my third eye is really bright, you know. And so, anyway, back to the point. Um, I had two different people that I'm friends with on Facebook. Okay, last night this lady wrote me that she was typing so fast, like in Messenger, and I couldn't even type back. She's like freaking out. She's like, I am seeing like these gray things, or do you believe in shadow people? And she's like, typing. And I'm like, whoa, I'm trying to type a little bit, and it would flip out of there because she wouldn't even let me get a word in. She was flipping out. I just wrote, I finally was able to write, um, yes, I know what you're talking about. Just pray and God will help you. And she wrote back, uh, well, actually, then I got off there because she was just kind of being narcissistic in that respect. So I shut it down and came back today, and she had written back, I hope so. I know she was writing a whole bunch more, and there was a whole bunch more that I didn't describe, but going into detail. Then I got on there this morning, and there was this guy, oh, maybe just a little bit younger than me, and he's on there and he's talking about the movement in his kitchen and the different types of ghosts that he's experienced in his life and things like that. And I sort of ignored him too. See, the thing is, um, oh, and for the record, your peripheral vision will catch things, light things or dark things. And maybe straight out if you condition your eyes to see things that really are on a different frequency. than what the average person is going to see in the world. And that isn't the veil that's been open is of the knowledge of a bigger, not universe, but the bigness of the world itself that people don't genuinely see. I believe that a lot of things are going to be more vivid in our lives, like excuse me, DNA, genetic memories that we have imprinted in us, and what actually is a part of us, and how we are that, and how we are ourselves, the new part, like like who our parent was. You're going to be able to feel it. I think we're all going to be have a more physical connection with the spiritual reality of things, and that's what's happening. People are becoming more aware of their surroundings. So people freaking out all over the place, you know. So yeah, it's funny, but it's not funny, but a little bit. You know? Oh hey, I've been scared before. That part's not really funny, but it is. If you were watching it happen, or actually, it would depend on the person whether I thought it was funny or not. Actually, if they actually had a reason to be afraid, you know, that way, your guilty conscience can do a lot, you know. But if you know who you are, it might not even be your conscience, might not even have anything to do with the story that you carry is different than other people. So. But yeah, um, what I'm trying to say is, you good ones, you're gonna be just fine. You other ones, oh, excuse me. Yeah, not so much. So yeah, what I need more to smoke. Yeah, no, actually, I'm doing okay. I had a headache from, see, these white filters, they're horrible. They stick to my lips. They give me a headache. I can't stand them. And so for 3 days, that's all I had until I got some of them yesterday. But yeah, so that's why I had that headache. And um, it was terrible. And it also makes me more congested. So, and it's supposed to be a lighter cigarette, but I think there's more like fiberglass in the filter, or the ones I like, it's a natural filter, and my tobacco has no other chemicals. It's just cut tobacco. So that's why I was choking, because something was off, in my world. So, yeah. Speaking about things being off in this world, really, these lizard people really need to know that they can't just walk out in public, that we're not going to uh, verbally accost them. I'm not suggesting that you call anybody names, or even tacos for that matter, um, but make yourself be known. Like, okay, for instance, I did not get a response from my statesman. So now I only have one alternative, and that's to contact the Attorney General, you know. And I'm not going to contact even the anybody else in my state. It's not like even a city mayor, anybody. That's I'm done with these people now. So next week, Monday morning, bright and fresh, and I have a reason for waiting too. I'm waiting the rest of this week to see if I hear any kind of change in any kind of bill that's set before my house in this state concerning the kids. I'll give them, it'll be, well, Tuesday would be a month if I wait till Monday of next week. That's plenty of time, 30 days to make something rock and roll in the house. It's like, yeah, we'll see then. So, but I just want to make you aware, and I'm sure you do know, that they're just trying to do the look over there type of thing while um, uh, the traders over there, I hope they chop off his head. Whatever, I just said it. Whatever, you know, he does not lead people. He's a thief and a liar. And children are being hurt because of these people, because they won't close them borders, and people are dying down there. I live down there. I know what it's like. And these people are treasonous and they need to be imprisoned. Don't show any glory to these trashy dirt bags. You know, like I say, this is the extent of it. They're playing dress up with your money, pretending they're better than you, and I'm sick of that shit. I do have gorgeous clothes. I haven't even wore not even a smidgen of what I've got, not even close, you know. So, and I've had formal gowns. I've had like 3, 4, or whatever. I can play dress up with the best of them. And they hate me then too, so it doesn't matter, does it? So, yeah. And that's the truth of the matter on that one too. But time will sort out the real from the fake. That's God's honest truth, you know. And I know even in my present situation, uh, people lie to me and treat me nice up to a point to get their way. And when they get their way, it all changes. And that is how these people operate. That's what they do. And I'm not playing their game. I haven't played their game for decades. I'm not going to start now. I'm going to teach other people how not to play that stupid game because we don't think it's funny, and I'm not playing. So, well, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a really wonderful, beautiful night or day wherever you are at. And peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.